Hello and welcome back guys to the channel. And on this video guys, we're basically going to be talking about multi-time frame analysis in terms of smart money concepts, how it's done, and what's its importance in this forex trading, right? So multi-time frame analysis is simply it's simply the actual move of like analyzing the charts from a different perspective in terms of time frames, right? So basically it will all be about how you're going to mirror your one time frame with the other, right? What does the higher time frame stand for, and how is it represented in terms of the lower time frames, right? We simply have to establish a link between the higher time frame and the lower time frame, right? That's what's called multi-time frame analysis, and we do multi-time frame analysis in order to understand what exactly the market intends to do in terms of the higher time frame and what it's gonna do in terms of the lower time frame, right, in the near as well as the far future, right? Because taking an example, right, in a bullish market like this, forming a series of constant highs, right, high highs and high lows being made like that. So from here, this doesn't mean that we as day trader, right, taking this as a higher time frame, maybe it's the USD JPY on a daily chart, right? Now we as smart money traders, especially day traders or scalpers or intraday traders, whatever, right, we don't have to wait for all this move here to happen, right, for price to retrace back into a specific area of demand, right, for us to be able to trade this, right? Because this is a higher time frame bias, meaning what we can, after the formation of a high, we can basically anticipate to try to sell off of this area in consideration as to where price will go next in terms of an area of demand, right? So we'll try to sell it off in there and then later on buy it from here to create another high, right? That's the importance of multi-time frame analysis. It helps you to understand the market in such a way that you can be able to position yourself on both sides of the market, right, with a total conscience of what you are doing. So with that being said, let's go now to the chart and see. I basically want to break down this trade right here of USD JPY that I took, and I want to show you how multi-time frame analysis helps me to get trades like this, right? So as you can see in the far right, we're in an overall bearish trend, right? As you can see, there's a series of constant lower lows and lower highs being made, right? So this is the trend that we're currently sitting in, a bearish trend. Now when you come to the recent price action, you can see that price made this high here, and from there price came in, formed this low, right? From there, lower high, lower low, right? Lower high, lower low. Now from here we were basically anticipating, right, since this is a clear structural break in here, right, we were basically anticipating price to come up into these areas of demand right here. I mean, sorry, since it's a downtrend, this will be areas of supply, right? Areas of supply. And what are these areas of supply, right? The area of supply is simply that last place where smart money bought before they sold. That's an area of supply, right? This right here, the last buy before the sell, right? That's an area of supply or a bearish order block. So from there, we were basically sitting back and waiting for price to come at either that area there or this overall area up here, right? So these are the two areas that I was basically looking at. Firstly, we had this continuation zone in here, and we have the original zone all the way up here, which of course with refinement can actually decrease in size, but we're not gonna do that for now. So what happened is that price came and formed this high here. Now as you can see, right, price has basically not touched our last buy before the sell. So this high here was basically acting as what? Liquidity. It was basically a liquidity high. So from this liquidity high, what does price do next, right? Price comes down and fails to do what? To take out this structural low right here. Now with price failing to break this low, shows you that what? price is not yet done with the bullish move, right? There's still some liquidity up here to be cleared in order for price to be able now to come down and break this low if price is to continue bearish. So this is what the higher time frame was holding in for us, right? And as you can see, let me just put this very clear, right? So from that high, we basically had this whole area right here as liquidity, right? We basically had all that area there as liquidity. So from this area here, so from price now failing to create a high means what? Price now creates an internal low, right? So we have an internal high and now we're having an internal low. So we were pretty much ranging from this low here to this high here, right? This was the range that we were currently sitting in, right? So from there, price now makes an attempt to go up. Lo and behold, price now fails once again to break this high and then creates an intermediary low high. All right, so now that we know that price is now failing to go to the top side, that means what? There's still something that's not yet done, which is what? Mitigation of this internal demand or bullish order block in here, right? And until this mitigation is done, price cannot be allowed by smart money to move in an extensive position that will actually lead to failure of price coming back for this mitigation, which is very necessary at the moment. So what price decides to do is now giving us lower time frame or intraday breaks of structure, as you can see right there. So let's go now to the 15-minute and see how clearly these were presented. So right here, let me zoom in a little bit. Boom, there. So there we are. So now price forms this high, and this high was originated from this low, right? So let me just clear these and have basic drawings which actually make sense. So this high was created from this low, and then price does what? So price comes down and takes out this low, which means it's what? It's a change of character, right? So the market is now shifting back bearish. So what's next, guys? We just look for that area of supply, the last buy before the sell, and that area is basically right here. This is the last buy and then the buy to sell, right? So this area right here, so I'm just gonna make this quick. This area right here, this was the last buy to sell. So price goes a little bit on top with a wick, which means what? Absorption, right? It happens, just basic liquidations, taking up liquidity to add momentum, and then price now breaks off down, right? We also had some trades in here, like here and like here, but I'm not going to talk about these, right? I'll basically just break down this trade here. So so from there, price now comes and fails once again to take out this high, right? So price is just basically building liquidity. Like I said, we were in that higher time frame range, so all this area here is just, you know, like back and forth liquidity buildups. Now we're able to trade these. Why? Because we fully understand what we're doing in terms of structure, S&D, and confirm, right? Plus the basic concepts of liquidity, which enable us to spot different targets of liquidity over time. So from price failing now to break this low, right, price creates another liquidity here, right? As you can see, boom, this beautiful trend line liquidity right here, which we know that over time it's going to be taken out. So price now comes back up into this area of supply right here, right? So let's just delete the previous one and let's remain with the current one. Price comes into this area of liquidity, I mean this area of supply, right? And of course taking out this liquidity right here, as you can see, right? As I say, this is a range, so price is just basically building up liquidity, right? We had this beautiful liquidity here that was taken out by this move, right? This move comes down, takes out liquidity, it comes up rapidly, right? Takes this, so sell side liquidity is taken, and then buy side liquidity is taken. Price taps into our area of supply, and there's no perfect area, guys, to look for any more sells, right? So right in there, we went diving in to look for those sells. So let's see how price was moving at this point, right? So price makes a low, a high, a low, right? Price now fails to what? To break this high, and then comes down, breaks this low. So this was the first sign that price was pretty much going bearish. This breaker structure right here, price forms this low, comes up, retests, that's our entry, right? Stop loss just below, above the zone or above the high, wherever you want to place it, that's completely up to you, right? Retraces, breaks off again, right? Low, high, low, right? We have our area of the last what? Buy before the sell. Price comes up, mitigates, right? Mitigates once again, and then does what? price leaves, right? So price actually gave me this pretty good entry with it was of course a sell entry with 10 pips stop loss and 200 pips take profit target, which was met right here to make it a total of 1 to 20 risk to reward ratio. Guys, as you can see, this is an absolute banger of a strategy. So you know, it is what it is, guys. In the end, if you want to join us, you're free to welcome. Our community is bang on form. We're absolutely killing it, guys. Of course, you can DM us on Instagram at officialgreenpipsfx if you're interested to join us and milk the markets together. So this just basically took 1 day and like 12 hours for this take profit target to be hit and close our 1 to 20 RR trade. And from there, price now had hit what? So with that trade being done, price was now at what? Our area of just right there. Let's just put it like there, right? Price had now already tapped into our area of demand, which was unmitigated at the moment. So with this price tapping in here means what? That this area of demand was now mitigated, and of course bulls now could step into the market, right? So there you have it. Lower time frame confirmation, just these structural breaks here, this retest in here into a potential zone, and now price takes off to the top side, right? And of course now price has hit this area. Of course, I'm pretty much expecting it to react from this area here. Why? Because this was the main zone from which this whole bearish move was triggered. And of course, this high right here is basically acting as liquidity at the moment. So we have a liquidity high right here. I'm expecting the liquidations of this liquidity high right there, with people selling here and having their stops here. So which means what? It's basically buy side liquidity. So once this buy side liquidities has been taken and this original zone here has been mitigated, right? From there we can now see if price wants to break bullish for more buys or actually give us a reversal for more sells, targeting this low right here as our next liquidity run area. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, turn that bell button on for notifications, and until the next video, stay safe, have a nice trading week, and peace out.